Hey everybody, welcome back. This weekend we are working on a few prep work for the big ride at the end of the month. We're doing the whole Calico, California, all the way to State Line, Prim, Nevada. So we're gonna be headed for a long ride. But really quick, this episode is just to go over basically everything we've done to the rig. As a reminder, this is a 2017 CanAm X3 Turbo. Maverick Turbo X3, I don't know however you guys want to say it, but we just want to go over basically what we've done to it, what Kevin's done to it, what we could have gone without, with or without, what's necessary, what's not necessary. There is a lot of stuff. Everything is necessary. There is a lot of stuff going on here that I feel that before this long ride, that you guys before this long ride if you guys attempt to do it, there is a lot of stuff that you do need that are required, and we're just going to go through a list of some of those items, and then along the way what Kevin has upgraded along the way. So we'll just go through what is necessary if you are preparing for a long ride and what's not necessary. He's over there cleaning it up, making it nice. That is
the number one priority, so clean car gets you through the dust a lot faster.
Sure, if that's what he believes. So we're just gonna go through basically everything that the car's been through with Kevin's upgrades and whatnot, and what is important, or in our opinion, what we believe you should and shouldn't get for if you're preparing for a long ride, or just basically overall if you're taking your toy out and whatnot. So we'll get all that set, and we'll try to get this broken down as neatly as possible. All right guys, so we're just gonna start. Let's do the inside. I feel like the inside is it'll go a little bit quicker, and I mean, as you guys can tell, I don't even remember what our car used to look like because we weren't filming or anything when we first got this. But sorry, it's a mess right now because Kevin needs to button up some wirings and all that stuff to get the comms up and running. So that's probably, like, since I'm talking about comms, that is the number one thing you want in your setup. Let me circle around. Communication, definitely. You guys want to be able to have radio to communicate to any other riding partners you guys have out there, and you can access any other channels too. So for any emergencies, you do want a radio communications system. So we went with the PCI radio track system. And along with PCI, we also went with and another upgrade we did in here was the air system, which is gone right now because we actually upgraded. So we upgraded to the race air. The original one we got is this one, right, babe? Is it still up there?
Well, no, actually, it's not. That's the second one that I kind of made.
Okay, we've been through.
I used a boat blower, boat blower, and then.
Okay, so we've been through quite a few air systems, and we're going to test this one. So that's what I mean about what is needed and what's not needed, because I feel like we've been through so many things, and I want to say that one is probably the one you would want to go to. And the reason for the air system, so all of our PCI helmets, so along with the radio system, you do connect your helmets, your communication devices to the helmets, and you're able to hear inside. So all the padding's out right now so that you guys can see the inside of what a communications helmet looks like. So there's the ears, so you'll listen, and the sound it comes over really, really well. And here's the mic that you would be speaking into, and it gets plugged from here. And from the air system, the helmet it comes with this, or doesn't come with the system, but it was a package that we bought, and this is where you'll connect the air hose. So Kevin has it cleaned up here, so where the air hose and the comms are connected here, so there's not so many wires hanging around. I mean, it looks like a mess right now, but
I'm gonna redo it.
It's
not like perfectly lengthened.
Yeah, so it's a mess right now because we actually took his helmet into PCI the other day to correct. They actually corrected the pigtail for us because it was broken. Super cool, guys. It was like $40, and then we also left with the brushless air system. So yeah, definitely get your comms up and running so that you can you can communicate with your drivers, and that is just also just for safety. We bring along our Android tablet, and we have this RAM mount. This is not what the RAM mount used to look like. It's been modified. Again, if you give Kevin a Sawzall or anything, it will get cut. Things do not last long in this house, or OEM stuff does not last long in this house. It starts turning into aftermarket when Kevin touches it. So back to the inside. I have to keep flipping around over here because I can't slide over. Kevin did upgrade the whole dash system, as you can tell. The gauge cluster is CanAm. This is the same. But everything else these are upgraded. OEM, yeah, and these little switches. This one is the Switch Pro.
Yes.
So the Switch Pro, let's take this out.
So
it helps. He's connected it to the radio, the air system, the dome lights. There's dome lights up here. Yeah, we're gonna turn on the key so it can light up a little bit.
So we used to do a lot of night riding and stuff. So.
All right, so getting everything all turned on.
Oh, this is also controllable via Bluetooth. So
do we have that? Is that the new one? Or we have it?
We have it. Okay. So there's something wrong with the app, but I gotta look. Maybe it's updated. So this is actually my start button. So I could be in the camper and warm up my rig while I'm in bed. So that's pretty cool. Huh?
Yeah. So in these little pictures, they give you a whole sheet, and you can customize it to whatever liking you have. So there's even a bigger one too, right?
Yes, so this is a 8-pod. I believe there's also a 12-pod. Yes, 12-pod.
So they come with all these little stickers.
And it's programmable. And you could, there's so much functions on these switches. So that's the reason why we got it in the first place.
All right. Next, the EVP tuner.
So that is actually our map tuner. So it has a, so I run everything on a switch. So this one, if I just turn it on, it should power up.
All right, here's the EVP tuner.
And then, so with this, I could just spin it up right there.
Oh, this is a phone mount, by the way. So Kevin would put his phone there, and the tablet goes over there.
Yeah. So with this is my programming. I could clear my check engine lights. Also clear my maintenance lights. This is my vehicle information, and then there I could also do monitoring. So, well, the car is not running right now, but I can see all the parameters.
Yeah, but I mean, this video is just to go through what we've done. So far in the inside, what is a must? Obviously, this is not a must.
Comms.
But yes, comms is a must.
Oh yeah, right there. There you go.
So here's the monitoring. It just took a little bit to turn on, but overall, obviously, you don't need to tear out your dash or whatever, because I honestly don't know how it looks like. Comms is a must. Definitely anywhere for your phone. Tablet is a must, because you definitely want to know where you're going. And most of the tablets and phones these days are locked on GPS, so you can download offline maps. And we can get to another episode on what we use for offline maps. But yeah, I say those are a must. The air system is optional. But because it's optional, but for us, in our opinion, we need it because it does help. Before I got my tonsils out, I used to get sick a lot, just taking in a lot of the desert dust. So the air system for me is a must, and it's just one of the luxury things that you would want. But some people can do without the dust. That I give them props. I can't do it because I'll get sick. So that's the inside, guys. So again, comms is a must, and the mounts for your GPS devices and whatnot is a must. Other than that, let's see, we did not upgrade the seats, by the way. The seats are actually stock too.
Yeah, so
it's been fine for us.
Yeah.
But and seat belts, we did do what point? See everything.
Well, it's only a 4-point.
Ours is just a 4-point.
Eventually, we need to get a 5-point.
So we only have the 4-point seat belt, but eventually we do want to change that. So definitely look into more better safety restraints. And if you want to get a little bit fancier, if you fall asleep like I do, think about getting a Hans device or some kind of donut or brace for your neck, because these long rides, it's pretty easy for me to fall asleep. So the devices, PCI also has it. It normally connects to either your seat or your helmet, and it helps keep your neck stabilized. So you should probably think about that if you are an easy sleeper on these rides. So yeah, so safety, comms, and maps, tablets for your phone. So coordinates, GPS, that's a must for the inside. Let's start working on the outside. Okay, Kevin's gonna get ready to get that off so we can, you know what, we're not starting on the outside. We're starting on outside, inside still. We're still going on to the wiring. So this is kind of the overrun of what he did and how he buttoned up everything. So let's get a view of that.
So the reason why I built this car is for accessibility. I really test the limits on all of our stuff, and I fix it a lot. So this is like part of the third, fourth time I redesign all this stuff. So this thing, it comes off super easy for maintenance. If I need to take it off, just unplug everything, and it's held by two 17mm bolts, and then it just comes right off.
And you use rivets to snap in on the tops, right? Is that what you're using?
Yeah, they're basically just push-in retainers. Okay. Or eventually I'm gonna upgrade it, but it's not important.
Yeah, so this is what this used to be nothing under here, right?
Yeah, so I think the dash used to come up like come down like this, and it had a storage compartment. All this was hidden.
Yeah, so he added this so that he could mount all these items because along with buttoning up, I think you were going to split the relays and the connections because I think you had too much load on one of the wires, or what was that? So yeah, so electrical, if you're going to be adding all this stuff, comms, air system, the switch probe, make sure your electrical is all buttoned up because we've gone out to a lot of rides where like the comms either wasn't working or something was disconnected. So I mean, as you can tell, Kevin's really tried to get all these wires all cleaned and buttoned up. But right now so he's gonna go over. We are trying to move one of the whatever we're powering onto its own line, and that was the great comms.
So when we first bought the car, this car, the stator only puts out, I believe, 750 kilowatts or amps. I'm not sure, but I gotta look that up. But anyways, as I started adding accessories on, it started pulling more power from the battery, and then it would throw like check engine code, or I would have misfires. So I didn't think anything of it, so we added a second battery. So it's 2 AGM batteries, and it kind of helped a little bit, but by the time we got to the end of the ride, I couldn't charge my car. So we have the whole issue coming back from Prim. So then now I upgraded to one lithium battery, which is this.
Yeah, so definitely also look into your battery supply as well. If you're going to be changing, obviously when you're adding something, you're obviously increasing the load that whatever the original can handle. So you definitely need to, so if you're going to plan on getting all the stuff that we just mentioned on the inside, your battery. Kevin upgraded to an AGM. How many?
No. So we had originally, I think, a sealed AGM. And then I upgraded to a lithium. This is a motorcycle battery, so it's a Shorai, and it's lithium, and it puts out 36 volts.
Okay.
It's been holding up so far. I did have a solar panel, but then we got.
So we got a solar panel. There was a solar panel. It took a dump. It's another story for another time. All right, so we did get a new panel. Because the last one, that's another story for another time. So we did get the solar panel. It is going to help tender the batteries, or what?
Yes.
Okay. So it's going to help tender the battery along with the panel. We also got this another battery.
Yeah. And this thing has a built-in monitor, so if you get to a certain voltage, it'll automatically just stop charging, and it wouldn't overcharge the battery, or it wouldn't drain the battery either.
Okay, so along with the panel, we also got another battery. We upgraded.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the third battery.
No, second battery.
Second battery.
Yes, so this is a class 14, and it's 4 amp hours. So we're gonna use this one, and it's lithium. So we're gonna use this one specifically just for our accessories. So basically everything that runs off our accessory is gonna be the switch pros and our power steering. So I upgraded my power steering to a high performance E power steering. which is a standalone system, and it takes up a lot of amperage. So this is the reason why we're gonna go ahead and put this one in here.
Okay.
And this is gonna power all my accessories, so that way, and how we're gonna connect that is we're gonna put an isolator. So it's gonna be the smart isolator. So this is gonna connect to the other battery, and the other battery is connected to this, and then this runs to this. So when the car's running, it's automatically gonna start charging this battery.
Okay.
So, but when you're starting to use this battery and it drops voltage, it'll automatically shut off and leave the star battery alone.
Okay, so really quick, we're pretty deep into this video where we're starting to get a little bit technical now. I didn't want to get so technical because this is just like a quick overview of what you would and would not need. So need. So I should have probably started with that first, is that double check your power supply when you're definitely adding all these accessories onto it. So with the new battery we're going to be putting the power steering and the basically all the accessories onto that battery so that it's on its own, so that we're not having any technical electrical issues on the way out. So that's what I mean about Kevin buttoning up all the electrical stuff before this ride, because you do not, it's going to be a long ride. You do not want to break down in the middle of this 100 miles.
105 mile one way.
Okay, 105 miles one way. Yeah, so when you're upgrading all this stuff, air system, whatever, make sure you're checking the load. And I mean, it's getting a little bit technical from there, but definitely research and check the loads and what battery requirements you're using. So right now we are going to be upgrading to this Noco lithium battery to put all of the accessories on, and he's adding that isolator on so that it automatically charges it when the car is running. And again, currently what's in the system now is a lithium battery.
Yes.
A motorcycle lithium battery.
Yeah, so basically it's only running off one battery. So if I add a solar panel, 30 watt, and also a accessory battery, hopefully it'll help out. Okay, but so we'll see.
We'll add that solar panel and we should be fine with energy. I want to try to wrap that up for the inside because that is a lot to go over and it's starting to get a little bit technical, and I definitely don't want the video to go on any longer than it should be. But really quick again, comms, the mounting devices for your GPS equipment or whatever GPS you guys have into this. And when you guys are getting comms, you do need a place to put the system. Either you cut into the dash. Again, I don't remember how our dash looked like before, or you can mount it underneath. They give you brackets or something, right?
Yeah, well,
so you're gonna have to get a little creative and figure out where you guys want to set those, right?
Yes. Or actually, they actually sell kits.
Yeah, there's tons of, you guys will have to start digging into how you guys want all your stuff mounted, where you guys want it mounted and whatnot. There's tons of people out there definitely that are pretty creative with that. So let's start. And the air comms, that's optional, but for us it's a must. So radio, power supply, mounting devices for your GPS, and obviously GPS devices. And yeah, most important, just double check your power supply before adding on all these accessories. So we're gonna move on to the outside real quick. We've done a ton of videos where we've gone into suspension testing and tuning and whatnot. So, well, let's go with tires first because it's quick. So we're riding on 32s right now, Tensors.
Yes.
Okay, so they're pretty worn out. I think after this ride, we're probably gonna need an upgrade, but I think this is probably gonna be the last time we spend like all the power supply, the last time we're putting money into desert season, because lake season's next and I need to start moving money to lake season.
Ooh, yay!
So again, so 32 Tensors right now, and the shock system. We upgraded the springs to E-Box and E-Box.
So the reason why we went with iBox is because when I first bought the car, like I literally bought it right when it first came out. And iBox was the only company that had the springs, so I went with them. And
I want to say Shock Therapy recommends, they kind of recommend E-Box too, huh?
They would rather have you use their stuff because they could actually, they have way better spring rates for a specific car weight. This is basically just off the shelf.
Okay.
But I mean, it works. I sent it out, had the golden edition. put on, and then we did the internal reservoirs and all that. So then, I mean, it made a really big difference. I'm probably night and day. And,
Yeah.
and as
Definitely.
you can see in the videos, we can go through a lot of the stuff more smoothly. That's why we never upgraded the seats. So, I mean, with the shocks, I like to tinker a lot, and I'm always adjusting the heights and the crossovers and the highs and lows, the rebounds. So the fully adjustable shocks works very well for us.
Yeah, so when we're doing anytime we're in a different terrain, Kevin does tinker with all the adjustments and whatnot, and they're pretty easy to adjust. And let's see, what else? Along in the front, you did also get these, the limited straps.
Yes.
And the rack and pinion down there also by Shock Therapy.
Yeah,
And what else?
that helped a lot. Also, it kind of took all the
And I want to say
out of the
this
steering
was
wheel.
definitely upgraded.
Yeah, so originally it was Shock Therapy, but then later I was impatient to wait for the bar to come, so I just had my cousin Wisecraft just make me this bar. So
Okay. And let's see, so that's for the front. So
and then later we also upgraded to the iBox
Oh,
because
there.
I think the original one it broke at Cleghorn when we were doing some rock crawling. This is basically anti-sway bar for the front.
Yeah, it looks like
It works really well. I mean, haven't had any issues with this since, and it's non-greasable, so I don't think you ever have to grease it. But
maintenance wise, the only thing we had to do, I mean, it's optional.
Oh,
if you want to grease your wheel bearings, and these will eventually have to be sent back out.
yeah, I think we're actually due.
Yeah. We wanted to make an
Per
appointment.
Justin, he said that we have to send it in every, I believe, 1,500 miles or 2,000
Yeah,
miles.
I think
I'm
we're way
pushing it
past
like
due.
3,000 miles already.
So we're way past due. So we definitely needed to do that. And then another quick tip: when you're going on these long rides, Kevin always likes to mark these with a yellow marker. Just so that when you do a quick check of your ride when you're at stops, you want to just make sure none of your bolts and stuff are moving around, nothing's coming loose or anything, because
These cars take a beating.
yeah, things do come loose, and you definitely don't want that mid your 105-mile ride. And we'll total 210 because we actually got to get back home as well. So that's for the front. We had a light bar right here, but we definitely I definitely recommend like amber lights. A lot of people have been going with amber lights.
So if you go amber lights, is great for the dust. I personally think like with these, when you're in dust, it basically just lights up the dust and it looks like a white cloud in front of you.
It's pretty bad.
So the amber is a very great option.
Oh, and really quick, this bar right here is his.
That's my jack.
That's his jack.
Oh,
we get a lot of questions about that. That's the jack.
I can show them how it works.
Yeah, we'll show you how it works really quick. What you do is you mount it off, and there's these points here that Kevin has welded on to all 4 points. The 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. You did 2 in the front and 2 in the rear.
Yes,
right? Yeah,
one on
there's-
each arm.
Oh, one on each arm. Let me go to the back while he's taking that off. This one. So you go through. This is the point right here.
So the reason.
All right. So let's see how that works really quick. So yeah, that's another safety equipment that you may or need, because you might. I do see a lot of people changing tires out there. So he just took it off, and all you do is you put that.
Yeah, just put it in here, and then.
So definitely have some kind of a jack system on your rig when you're going far out, because you're gonna have to change a tire or get some plug. Definitely have some plug kits with you.
Oh yeah, we carry that.
Yeah, we've plugged a few
there
tires.
with the air.
Okay, as far as tires, when you're either fixing a flat, obviously you need to let the air back in. So what we used to have, okay, Kevin lost the tank, but he didn't lose the nozzle for it. It used to be strapped right here. It was, what tank was it?
Power tank.
Okay, so he had a power tank to put air into it. It was a little kind of like a paintball tank, because I reference paintball tank because we have paintball tanks, and what we did was we rehydroed these tanks And this adapter, this power tank adapter, is actually the most important tool you need. So that didn't get lost. The tank was lost; it fell out because it wasn't strapped properly.
Oh yeah.
So
user error.
Yeah, Kevin didn't strap it down properly, but at least we didn't lose this this accessory, because that's what you're gonna use to air your tires. So we just got these rehydroed and refilled. That's gonna be strapped back on there. So this is our emergency air if we need to ever fix a flat and put the air back in. So that's what how many tires can you get with this?
So with the other tank, you could fill from 20 psi to I believe 35 psi on a 33 10 times. But that's a lot smaller tank. With this one, it's a lot bigger tank and it's 4,000 psi.
Okay.
So with this tank, I would say maybe with our side-by-side 0 to 15, maybe 20 to 40 times.
Okay, that's nice. So hopefully we don't need to fix a flat 20 times.
No.
Or put any air. So we haven't really needed it. All right. Well, that for suspension wise, are the shocks a must?
I would say so for comfort, because
for comfort, I mean, a lot of these new rigs do come with adjustable shocks now.
Yeah, the suspension works phenomenal on all these new rigs.
So far, anybody that all the people that we have ridden with, and they have all these new Razors with adjustable shocks or Can-Ams with adjustable shocks, they definitely love it. But there's people like us, we actually like to adjust it and fine tune it down to our comfort level, because there's only really 3 settings on these new ones, and this setup we can adjust it a little bit like more.
Yeah, we could fine precision tuning.
One more thing, a tire, wherever you're gonna put your spare tire. So I don't remember how the back looks like, but we obviously do not have any storage, or it used to have like a compartment or a little trunk or something. So
it lasted about 3 weeks.
Yeah. So when we got the frame done with by Kevin's cousins Wisecraft, they redid this to put the tire mount on, but yet there's actually no storage. So we can put some stuff here, and we have some storage on the doors, but definitely you will need a spare tire, and it's just strapped down by speed straps. And I think that's pretty much it. And definitely have spare belts. And really quick, if you guys had seen our secondary clutch replacement video, the rollers, you know that we upgraded the CVT cover to these clips, so that it's just less tools. You just clip them on, clip them off, and you just take off the system and replace your belt. Real quick, what's going on up here with...
Oh, so basically that's the radiator. So the radiator used to sit in the front, and with me, I didn't like all the extra stuff in the front. Say, for example, I do get into an accident or I hit a rock and it destroys my cooling system. Now I'm stuck. So what I decided to do is piece everything together. I basically just bought parts off Amazon, and this is a factory fan. I just cut it apart.
So this is a Mishimoto radiator.
Yeah, Mishimoto radiator.
Okay.
I believe it's... So what I had to do is I had to find the ins and outs. So I looked online, went to their website, and I was like, you know what, this is off of 86 Corolla, and I can make it work. And I didn't want a big one that would cover the whole back, so this will work for now. And I just bought these brackets. These are universal brackets, and then I just welded them up, and it's been working.
And the big fan?
Well, this fan is actually the stock fan.
Okay, that's the stock fan. All right, guys, I think that is pretty much it. So, when you're preparing for long rides and okay, let's start off with buying the UTV or side-by-side. It's the cheapest thing you're gonna buy.
Yeah, that's the start.
That's the starting point. That's the cheapest thing that you're gonna buy, in our opinion, because all these
part of UTV.
Yeah. So as you know, with our rig, the 7.3, the boat, whatever, you know by now, Kevin's pretty mechanically inclined to do a lot of these things. So you know what, that just means that he can buy more stuff because I'm saving money on the labor.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, really, in our opinion, all these upgrades definitely start off with comms, for sure.
Yeah, I think
Comms is a
comms
must.
is a must.
Is a must.
If you're gonna travel that long,
So if you're starting out with a new side by side and you're looking to upgrade some things, comms is a must. If you're riding along with a lot of people, these do connect to. So we have PCI, but they do connect to whatever radio channel you're on. You'll connect to it. So a lot of our buddies have rugged, so we can connect to the same channel fine. That's not a problem. Even the handheld radios. We would give that to our buddies that don't have a radio because we have an extra one just so that they're, everybody's in the loop. So comms is a must, and navigation, GPS navigation is a must. Right now, the maps that we're using, it's a little bit of like Google Maps and OnX. OnX. So there is a subscription service for that, but there is another few sites that are free, which is Gaia, G-I-A. I'll put the Gaia or something. I'll put the links to all those in the description for you guys. So definitely navigation and communication is a must when you are starting out because of safety and whatnot. Air is optional. It's just for more comfort. And then for the outside suspension, all of the new rigs are coming with suspension, so I would say it's a must. The terrain is definitely different out there. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
I think there's like 30 miles of just washboards.
Rocks. Yeah, washboards and rocks. That's a must. And tires, your safety, you do need something to be able to fix your tires if you ever get a flat. So those are just some of the upgrades that we went through. I mean, this is, in our opinion, what we went through. What I just said is a must. That's just how, in our opinion. But definitely everybody has different, if you guys have something that you think's a must, just put a comment down in the feedback and let us know what's a must so everybody can just chime in and see, what else is a must and whatnot. Really quick, our trailer is a mess, and this is what you guys have seen these in our videos. If you guys have been following along, we do use a flatbed car towing trailer because we did used to tow Jeeps. And really quick, fuel. I didn't go over fuel, but we do have these roto packs. These are 2.5s, right?
2 gallons.
So these are just 2-gallon roto pack gas tanks. Ours actually fits underneath my seat. Some people do have it mounted to their frames, but ours is underneath the seat. But guys, that's it for today. Kevin's gonna get work prepped a little bit more, button up all the wiring, and get the car back together. We have a lot. I don't know if it's a lot to work on, but that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we're gonna see you guys on the ride soon. I think next week or. Yeah,
next week.
Well, we do have one in between ride. We have another ride, and then we'll hit the state line. So we're gonna head out to Razor Road, test everything, make sure everything's running properly, and then we will do the big ride. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you guys next week.
Thanks, bye.